So the money is gone, and you want to understand why and what it means moving forward. So save this video so we can understand in simple terms. The Federal Reserve has drained the financial system of deposit. That's right, it is not your local bank's fault. It's not even woke corporate culture's fault. It's definitely not crypto's fault. It's the central bank. Here's why. The pandemic broke the banking business model. Businesses were closed, so commercial loans weren't being made. Construction halted, which means mortgage loans weren't being made. At the same time, the Fed was trying to stimulate the economy, so they printed an ocean of money, and most of that went into deposits. Consumers reacted. Savings rates hit an all-time high of 33%. Normally, banks would loan those deposits out, but they couldn't. And so U.S. Treasuries and mortgage-backed securities were the obvious choice. The yield was relatively low, but it was the safest choice. Now, banks made these decisions based on the Fed's guidance. When the Fed said, we're not raising rates, we're not even thinking about raising rates. Yet, who could have guessed? Trillions of dollars printed in order to stimulate the economy ended up sending inflation sky high. So the Fed panic pivoted as if they didn't foresee this to happen and rug pulled everybody, raising rates at over 400%, which was the quickest pace in history. This left a massive hole in the banking sector, and all of those low-yielding securities that the banks just bought were suddenly worth a lot less. And even that would have been manageable, but then customers got panicked, withdrew their deposits, resulting in realized losses to the bank. And why wouldn't customers do that when the banks were paying dirt and money market funds were paying 5%? Thanks to the Fed. Now you have a situation where the Fed is actively competing with their banks, sucking deposits out of them. So now the money's gone, banks are bankrupt. What does the Fed do? They're split between trying to prevent higher inflation and giving life support to the bank. So where is this headed? In the middle of all of this, the Fed announced a great new service that will be launching in July. FEDNOW, a closed payment service it controls. And although this is for institutions, what happens when more cracks start to open up and we need something for the consumer? OCBDC.